Today I'm presenting the Kernel Success Fund, and our goal at the Kernel Success Fund is to empower Nichols students to overcome challenges and thrive through hardship and adversity. I'm Nicholas Bernard, and I'm presenting this. Why the Kernel Success Fund? Students across the country face hardship and adversity every single day, and I know I face it. I went through last semester with the loss of my mom during school, and it really threw me off, and it really affected my grades, affected my studies, and I'm a football player under full scholarship, so I luckily did not have to worry about schooling or any of that monetary concerns through school. But I could not imagine if I was just a regular student how I would have came back to school, how I would have kept going through it, because football really brought my juice back, brought my will to go to school, helped me go to class. And if I didn't have that, I really would have never gone back to class. And I know our school is setting up to have the resources in place to help students like me, students who aren't like me, students who aren't athletes, who don't have the built-in relationships with people, and who could be alone and could just be trying to survive at that point, because you never know what's going on in people's lives. But this is why the Kernel Success Fund is set up, and it's for students facing financial insecurity, unexpected hardships threaten their ability to succeed, like I was just talking to you about. And our goal to ensure the financial stability and retention during crisis, because students are dropping out like flies without hardship. And like I was telling you, where I don't know if I could have went back to class. This is just people, like an ordinary person dropping out, and a person going through what I went through or what somebody else is going through you're not going to get them back without helping them. They're just going to give up and drop out, and that's the tough part of the world. Understand the challenge. 45% of students nationwide experience food insecurity. That's from the Hope Center. 56% face housing insecurity, and you never know what these people are going through. Like, I come from a stable family. I come from a two-parent home. I lived in the same house for 20 years in a decent part of Louisiana. There's also a lot of bad parts of Louisiana. You don't know if people are in and out of homes, if they have a stable homes, a two-parent home. You don't know. And when you take something happening during that time, like a hardship, a death, just anything, like a parent losing a job in that scenario, where they might have to go home and help their family, or they have to decide, can I even afford college anymore? And that's where we're lacking, is reaching those kids during these times. And Louisiana poverty rate is 19% against a national average of 12.3%. That's a big percentage, and that's not good. And you can't see the chart on the TV as well as you can on the computer, but this is the poverty rate in Louisiana from 2000 to 2022. That's the most recent updated infographic I could find through research. And Louisiana is there's a lot of poverty here. There's a lot of homeless. There's a lot of camps, especially after Katrina, where that's where the lowest hit right here is post Katrina, post hurricane. And I believe that's right before, I can't see it on TV, but I believe that's right before the recession in 2011, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that. But, and then it's just right here is the dangerous spot where there's so many natural disasters, just everything that can happen in Louisiana, death, natural disaster, financial insecurity, home life, and you don't know if that's going to affect where you are with the student. And the student is the one that matters, and the student is the one that matters because you can't run a university without students. You have a bunch of teachers, but you can't have a university without students. Financial insecurity leads to increased dropout rates, delayed graduation, poor academic performance. Poor academic performance can also lead to increased dropout rates amongst students. And during these times of need and during these times of pain and suffering, family problems, it's a big problem for students with their grades, because I can speak personally where my grades fell during my time. Um, and I'm just starting to get back up into that. So we can see also the student debt generation. That's what I was looking for. The student debt in America is horrible. It's not good. It's not going to get better with how much inflation and rising prices, rising tuition is growing. So, what is the Kernel Success Fund? The Kernel Success Fund, it runs off of emergency micro grants from $500 to $1,500 per student, and it supports students facing financial crisis and etc. Like, for example, medical bills, housing instability, and etc. etc. We have a fast track application process, which is like a 48-hour review where we can hurry up, review it, get these students their money before it affects them where they can't continue in their classes, and they need it. Like, they need this money, they need this to continue in our university. And we're going to get it to them as fast as possible, and we're going to get them the money so we can keep them in school, keep their grades going, keep their butts in seats, keep their going to class. We promote student retention and student success, where that's our core goal, is to get these students back and keep them going at the rate they were going before their crisis and doing better after it, because we can't lose these students. We can't. It's a small university. We're already struggling with enrollment, and the more natural disasters, the more damage that we get in Louisiana, we're going to lose these kids, and we need to keep them while we can. We need to keep them. We need to keep building our university bigger, better, and stronger than before. Proven results from similar programs: the Texas State University Bobcat Bounty, it reduced dropout rates by 15%. And Texas State University, it's a bigger, it's like a mid-sized university in Texas, San Marcos, Texas. University of Wisconsin-Madison, the Wisconsin Badgers. Emergency support, 90% of recipients stayed enrolled, which is super impressive at a huge university like that. Clear correlation, financial support improves retention and performance, because we can't have students who are going through all this struggle, through all this, worrying about money. Money is a big concern. Money will be a big reason why they drop out. They can't afford it. They worry about it. They stress about it, and it just takes all of that burden off of them by having our grants in our process. Key components of the fund: eligibility. Enrolled students facing unexpected financial emergencies, that's who we're looking for, and that's who's going to be eligible for the microgrants that we're giving out from $500 to $1,500. Commitments to follow up surveys. We want a survey to see what we're doing right and what we're doing wrong. We have to grow. It's a trial and error starter phase. We have to grow. We have to keep getting better for the students, and we want to get better. We want to learn what we're doing wrong, what we're doing right. Allocation of the funds: $50,000 will be for grants, $5,000 for administrative purposes, and $2,500 for outreach, advertising, marketing, to push this to the students, where this is what we're going to do to help you. We're going to keep using our resources to help you. And add-on is optional financial literacy workshops for administrative purposes. And we are really excited about how much money we're asking for, and how evaluate impact. Retention rates of recipients is our big thing. We want to keep these students in here. We want to keep them in seats. We want to keep them enrolled in our university. We don't want them to transfer. We don't want them to go back home. We want them to finish, get their degree, then go back home and help. Academics performance improvements. We want to see these kids do better through adversity. We want to see them rise through their challenge, struggle. We want to rise them. We want them to grow and improve through their struggle. And survey feedbacks, like I was just talking about, where We want these students to tell us what we're doing wrong. We want to know what we're doing wrong, we want to know how to do better, and we need to know because it needs to be better for the students. Every year we want to get better. Every semester we want to get better. Every quarter we want to get better. Every break we want to get better. We need to get better. Funding requirements. Our total request is $57,500, and like we were saying on the previous slide, where allegations are going to go, $50,000 for student micro grants, $5,000 for administrative costs, $2,500 for marketing and outreach. And this is an investment in student success. This is an investment in our university. This is an investment in our staff, and this is all to ensure that Nichols State gets bigger, better, stronger, and we keep these students happy and we keep these students in our school system. Join us. That's all we're asking for. We want to empower Nichols students through adversity. We want to keep them here. We need your help. We need this money, and we want them to thrive. Your support makes the Corona Success Fund possible. That's all it is. We need money. We need funding for this. We need this micro grant and this major grant. And I know it's a lot of money we're asking for, but it's going to the right purposes. Together, we can build Nichols State University into a stronger, better, tight-knit school than it already is. All right. Thank you so much. I hope we get this money. I hope we get this grant. I hope you join us in empowering these students, and I hope you join us in helping these students through their biggest fights and their biggest adversities while going through school.